Good morning, Veronica. Sit tight, like I always say, and enjoy the show.
Time to discuss the big elephant.
I'm telling you. Well, they might be enjoying. They are in the spotlight now because
exactly.
they are receiving new members. But the fears of what may happen.
These members coming with their various characteristics and all that.
Well, we will dissect that on the show.
I hope they are big enough to sweep them in and keep them tight together.
Let's find out. Good morning, Nigerians, and you're welcome to FCT Brief. We're reaching you live from our Abuja studio. Now, the ruling All Progressives Congress seems to find itself at the center of a growing political concern. What began as a wave of high-profile defections in the party is now triggering serious concerns over the party's internal stability, unity, and future direction. In the last few months, Nigeria's political landscape has witnessed a dramatic influx of politicians into the All Progressives Congress. Former governors, federal lawmakers, and party chieftains from across the political divide are pitching their tents with the APC, but behind the scenes, all may not be well.
Sources within the party hint at growing dissatisfaction among long-standing members, many of whom feel sidelined as newcomers gain prominence. Analysts warn this could fuel factionalism and weaken party cohesion ahead of key electoral contests. For now, the APC leadership continues to insist that the party remains united and open to all Nigerians. But beneath the official optimism lies a critical question. Can the APC absorb its new members without tearing itself apart? As the political realignment gathers pace, eyes remain on the APC to see whether it can navigate this phase without triggering an internal collapse. 2027 may still be far off, but the road to it is already being laid. Honorable Dure Meseko is the Deputy National Public Secretary of the APC, and he joins us live in the studio for more on this development. Good morning and good to have you.
Good morning.
Welcome to
Good morning, Nigerians.
Thank you. The APC is the beautiful bride now, getting so many high-profile politicians coming into the party. But on one hand, we've not seem not to have seen any visible move to reconcile different factions in the party. At least in about 8 states, there are crises in those states. Now, how do you intend to manage the division in the state chapters with these new people coming to your party and are going to be struggling for positions? Is it an APC that may implode very soon, or what exactly is going to play out?
Thank you very much. I want to quickly say this, that APC is a very strong party. APC has its foundation, laid very strongly. So there's no implosion coming. APC will rather continue to grow and expand as it is expanding now. I want to say that it's not true that, there are crises in the states, in some states, governed by the APC, and there's nothing being done. What most skeptics, political skeptics, refer to as crisis, we in the party, we know they are just mere, family disagreements. Every family has, there's no human, there's no human setting that, does not have, once in a while, even in your family, you have disagreements, even with your siblings sometimes, which will be settled amicably. Of course, and in a political setting, it may not just be uhuru, it may not also all be sugar and tea all the time. There are times when you tell yourself some home truths and all of that. So some of these are what, the opposition parties, gleefully refer to as, oh, there's crisis, oh, there's crisis. But in few places where we have these disagreements, I can assure you that the party is at it. Committees have been set up to handle that, and very soon Nigerians will see the result of that. But I want to tell you that the so-called disagreements are not far-reaching disagreements, that could undermine anything. Rather, it will even strengthen us the more.
Well, you're seeing that these disagreements are not far-reaching to affect the party, but there are already signs of crisis in states like Benue and Delta that is very, very visible. At what point would Nigerians see the National Working Committee step in, to resolve this crisis effectively before it becomes a problem for the party?
Well, for Benue and Delta that you mentioned, again, I would say it's just, a family disagreement, even in Benue and Delta. And the party is already working. The way we work, under the leadership of Dr. Abdullah Umar Ganduje, who is the national chairman of our party, we try to do our homework very well. It's not everything we have to announce to Nigerians. Sometimes you try to do some dispute resolutions, beneath the covers. And that's what we are doing. And I'm a member of NWC. I know what we are doing. I know the steps we are taking, to resolve, our party members that have one thing or the other. It's common in a democracy. There must be disagreements here and there. You have it. Even abroad, you have it. In the US, you have it. Even amongst Republicans, you have disagreements. Amongst Democrats, you have disagreements once in a while. But the ability to resolve is what we are talking about. And I'm saying for APC, we are more than capable of resolving issues, any issues arising from disagreements within the family.
Okay, I like the optimism, and we had a similar situation some years back. The PDP was in charge, and they had this optimism, and they even said that they were going to rule for 60 or 64 years, and eventually they didn't get to that because certain things were not properly taken care of, and that is why we're raising this issue. She talked about Benue, she talked about Delta. You have Rivers State, the Amechi factor, the Senator Magnus factor, and all that. A lot of other places like that. But let's look at the influx of big politicians. And the worry in the polity is that is APC driving towards a one-party state? How will you feel that you have you are in government, and at the end of the day, every opposition dies out?
No, I don't subscribe to that.
But you seem to be sweeping everything in.
Well, but what do we do? Do we as a party, rise up today to say, please, Nigerians, please don't come to APC. Please, we are okay now. We don't want you in our party. We can't say that. I'm sure there's the people coming in know beyond, most of us, what they are seeing. What some Nigerians are not seeing, they are seeing. Before a state governor will come with these paraphernalia of office, with every other organ of his former party to move into APC, there must be something that he's seen. And of course, that we are also seeing, and that we have also been telling Nigerians that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing so much in lifting Nigeria out of the doldrums. And that's what they are seeing. And that's why they are coming.
Well, speaking of...
because they know it's no fluke.
Speaking of...
They know there's a genuine intention, genuine intent of the federal government, of this presidency, of this administration, to really put Nigeria on the path of sustainable development, sustainable growth and development.
Well, you touched on President Bola Tinubu. Some critics actually believe that the party's leadership is too laid back, possibly because of the influence of President Bola Tinubu. Well, many might want to know what is the immediate reaction to this, but we'll take this question right after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll still have more for you on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Gaviscon.
We're glad to have you back. You're still watching FCT Brief, and we're still discussing defections into the APC and warnings of a possible implosion if care is not taken. We'll still have discussing with us in the studio the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the APC, and that is Honorable Duru Meseko. Now, just before we went on the break, I was saying that some critics believe that the party's leadership is too laid back, possibly because of the influence of President Bola Tinubu. What's your reaction to those who think that the APC's leadership appears weak to handle the affairs of the party effectively?
No, absolutely not. The APC leadership is very strong. Even though the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the leader of the party, but he's not the he's a consummate politician who knows his onions. He knows how to run a party successfully. He has done it. Nigerians have seen it, and we are still seeing it. But as the leader of the party, he has graciously given us the freedom to handle party affairs the way we deem fit. That was why the NEC, our party's NEC, even graciously ceded or yielded its powers to the NWC of our party to act on behalf of NEC, so that there won't be problems, there won't be issues, there won't be delay, and also for the president to be able to properly and squarely face governance. So for anybody to say that, oh, the party is weak because of the influence of Mr. President is far from the truth. Mr. President is a Democrat to the core, and he's not breathing down our neck, and we are, leading the party very well. And the result of the leadership of the party, the able leadership of Dr. Abdullah Umar Gandhi, is what Nigerians are seeing. That's why there's influx into the party. If we are not handling the party well, you won't see anybody in the party. Before, you used to, see in an average party in Nigeria, especially the ruling party, you see crisis, just like we mentioned that in PDP, that, that was how PDP was, but later on. But I want to assure you that APC is a progressive party that has its roots deeply entrenched in progressive ideologies. And once that is done, and that exists, there won't be any problems. Okay. So we can never go the route of PDP. Okay. It's not possible because we are, deeply rooted in progressive ideas.
Okay, you say you can never go the route of the PDP. Now, you must also be watching the signs in the PDP. There are talks of coalition parties coming together, individuals coming together because of 2027. And just recently, the PDP came out of a meeting, and they had certain resolutions. And some people are saying, oh, this is the first time the PDP seems to be getting it right in trying to fix the crisis in the PDP. Now, does that bother your party, that your biggest opposition is now getting its acts together? So 2027 might be a very tough contest. Does that bother your party?
No, not at all. Not at all. You heard what Wike said, the Minister of FCT, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. He said it would be difficult for the PDP, that is his party now, he's talking about, to win elections again because of their internal crisis. That unless they resolve the internal crisis, they're not going anywhere. And of course, you could see right now what is even left of PDP. For us, the PDP is almost gone as a party. The soul of the party has left the party. So if they are talking of opposition here and there and all of that, we are not bothered because, we have majority of the states and we are doing well. We are having, governors are coming in, we are winning more states, we are adding more states to our kitty and so on and so forth. So we are not bothered. We are just, working, ensuring that the renewed hope agenda, is, the result of Renew Hope agenda is felt in the country, and know that we are working towards that. And as we are doing it, we are not bothered about parties coming together, because we know who we are, we know what we are, and we know how we stand firmly on ground in this country as a party, because we are doing what the people want us to do.
My colleague mentioned earlier that many analysts are saying that 2027 may be a tougher race for the APC compared to what it witnessed in 2023. Why do you think this perception is gaining ground, and how is the APC preparing, to shift this narrative and prove this, doubters wrong?
The narrative is only coming from the opposition elements. Simple. It's, they say I don't know how the taste of the food, how do they say it, is in the pudding. That's what is happening. You could see that Nigerians are trooping into a party. There must be something that they are seeing in the party.
But we're talking about politicians here. How about the voters? Are you thinking about the voters, people that have the decision making? What do they think about your party? What do they think about how the administration is being run?
The people coming into our party are Nigerians. They are no aliens. They are part and parcel of Nigerians. Governors coming in, it's not only political or elected officers that are coming into APC. Daily, we receive people from the grassroots. From social ward. The ward is the grassroots element of any political. But every day we receive reports from across the 36 states and FCT of people decamping from the wards into APC, not even elected officials, day in, day out. Okay. So which means they believe that APC is doing well. Some skeptics may believe, APC is not doing well, but the people that are really realists, that knew how Nigeria was when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over the reins of government, will appreciate that, no, they are getting it right. And so, without sentiment, they believe that we need to work with this man to get Nigeria through.
Now, talking about working with the president to get Nigeria through, the concern out there, just Dangote has reduced the pump price of fuel again.
To 825.
But you see, as this keep happening, this reduction, it has not translated into the reduced cost of living. Now, I'm asking that, what is your party going to start doing going forward to ensure that these gains you're talking about that is being recorded by government translates to reduce the cost of living? Probably, are we going to see price regulation, so that once those things are coming out, they went up because the price went up. Now the price has come down, or fuel has come down, but price of goods and services have not come down. So what is your party going to be doing to ensure that Nigerians begin to feel the impact of these positive changes in the system?
Well, in the country, we have some agencies that are responsible for price regulation. For instance, the FCCPC is doing a lot in that regard. And I know that, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu also created an agency, commodities board, whose main, function is to regulate, the cost of commodity in the country. Yes, things are coming down. Even now, rice in the market is coming down. The cost of a bag of rice, before that used to be 100 and something thousand, is coming down. Things are coming down. That is a sign for us to know that. Initially, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, look, yes, Nigerians may be passing through very tough times now, but it's just like a woman in labor. Yes, it will be painful at first, but at the end of the day, after delivery of the child, then there will be light at the end of the tunnel. There will be joy. And what Nigerians are passing through now is the painful period of the reforms that are ongoing. But the results have started trickling in. Things are coming down gradually. It may not be at once. It may not be a one fell swoop for, oh, you get to the market, oh, everything crashes down. But gradually. This is the second year. By the grace of God, by the time we are 3, and I'm here in these studios, I will talk to you about how things have fared. And by the time we are 4 years in the saddle, you even see better things. So we need patience. We must be patient. We knew where we were, and we know where we are now, and we know where we are going. All we need as Nigerians is just to be a little bit patient with this administration. We mean well.
All right. There are growing concerns from members of legacy parties that formed the APC. Some say they feel sidelined and forgotten. How is the APC addressing those feelings of exclusion and discontent? Remember, former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, also cited the same reason and also stated that, the party may have drifted from its ideologies. I'll also take that issue of ideology later, but how is the party addressing this discontent?
Well, I know, there are some members, like you said, of the legacy parties, that are complaining, here and there. What is the percentage of those members? If you have 1 million members of the defunct CPC, for instance, maybe they are in APC, and 2 or 3 of the 1 million are talking about being sidelined.
So you say their interests don't matter?
No, not that it doesn't matter, but I'm talking of the percentage. But even at that, let's even leave that. I want to assure you that we are talking with some of those people. We are trying to explain to them, no, it is not what you think. This is the way it is. You are getting it wrong. This is the way it is. This is the way we see it. What you are doing, look, as a party, we have always encouraged our people. We are human beings, and we are not infallible. It's only God that is infallible. So what we are saying is that if there's anything that you feel, as a member of the party, that is not what you want, come back to us, talk to us, and we will address it. We've always encouraged our people, don't go to the media, don't rush to the media to discuss what ordinarily you will have walked up to any of us at the National Secretariat, and you have gotten the result. But you see, some of them just, in order to just, I don't know what they want to achieve, they just rush to the media to say what. And last week, one of those people, I wouldn't like to mention names now, who went to the media castigating the party. Oh, they've left us, this and that. He now eventually came to the National Secretariat of our party, and when we discussed, he said, oh, I didn't know. Meanwhile, he had already gone to the media to castigate the party. So we will encourage.
Do you agree with those who say that the party has drifted from its ideologies that was founded
I will not agree with them, because I know that the APC right now is firmly rooted, I said it earlier, in progressive ideology. And in fact, let me even tell you, to even further solidify, our ideological stance, we even floated the Progressive Institute, that's the intellectual arm of our party. So at least to remind us of our primary responsibility, to help us to know, to help us to appreciate that we are progressives. And that we must, in all intent and purposes, in all our acts, in all our actions, be progressive. So we have not derailed at all. We are still on the progressive lane.
Okay. You talked about a member that went to the media, and eventually when he was invited in, he saw things clearly. Now, does that suggest that the platform within the party for this kind of communication to feel the pulse of people is not that open, and that is why somebody, instead of coming first to talk to discuss the party, jumped?
It is very open. The national secretariat is very open. The national leadership of the party is very open to everybody. Come to APC National Secretariat on a normal day and see what obtains there.
Okay.
Some people just want to be mischievous. They just want to play to the gallery for nothing, to achieve a political end. And it happens. Some of them are being used by some opposition elements. I'm not saying all of them, but some are being used by opposition elements to cause disaffection. A lot of people are not happy that people are trooping into APC, that people are coming in, so they just want to create crisis.
Okay, now you are receiving people into the party. Is the party ready to wield the big stick to sanction anyone that strays away from its path? For instance, the crisis in Benue State, you have an APC government. And if up to the House of Assembly is so divided, they go to the press all the time. Is your party willing to wield the stick of sanction in those various areas?
Absolutely. And the NEC the last NEC, the NEC gave us the powers, to set up committees, to mediate in some of these spots, that you mentioned, some of these states. And as a party, we have told them, yeah, we are ready to wield the big stick. If you are not ready to go along with us, if you are not ready to follow the progressive ideas that our party stand for, then you should be ready to face the consequences.
Well, I'll still take you back to the PDP high-level meeting to calm tension. I would like you to answer this quickly. The APC is the APC shifting its strategy now that the PDP seems to be patching up things? I just need you to answer me that in 10 seconds.
Are you talking about the coalition, or you are talking about PDP as a party?
No, the party, the APC. Now that the PDP seems to be patching up things, or willing to patch up things within the party, and stopping the maybe possible defections, what other strategy is the APC willing to adopt?
Like I said, the APC is a very strong party, and we are just doing what we are doing.
Okay.
And so we are not really bothered about what's coming from here or what's coming from there, because we know what we know.
All right.
Our strength, our strategies, we are not bothered. We are comfortable.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time with us on the program. It was a pleasure speaking with you this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, our eyes still remains fixed on 2027. What would happen? Would wait to see that. Well, we'll hand you over to our Lagos studio now, where Veronica and the rest of the crew is standing by to continue with the rest of the show.
Indeed, we have to wait till 2027 to see what pans out. Thank you, Eshamomoy Mudu and Tijesu Adoye, for that conversation.